My dear introverted intuitive feeler, I'm here today because I want to remind you that you have the right to set loving boundaries. You have that right. Your boundaries matter because you are important. And many believe that it's not okay to have boundaries, that having boundaries or setting boundaries is bad somehow. And many of these people also believe that in order to be a good person, that we need to sacrifice ourselves endlessly. We think that being available is, especially at all times, is some kind of a virtue, but it's not. I'm here to tell you that it's not a virtue to be available all the time, even for people that you care about. Now, obviously, dependents are a little bit different, but you have the right to set loving boundaries, and being available at all times for everybody is not a virtue. You see, if we're constantly available for other people, we lose that sense of the essence of who we are and what's within us. And then we end up melding into other people as if we ourselves never existed. If we're not careful, we can really get pulled out of our rich inner world to serve others in a way that depletes us. When we lose ourselves this way, we can become unable to be present with those that we love, those that are important to us, with ourselves, with our goals, with our visions. And we may also stop bringing our strengths to the table in a compassionate and effective way for everyone to enjoy, us included. I can tell from personal experience that if you continue sacrificing yourself this way, you will get burnt out. If you don't replenish yourself and ask for your needs to be met in reciprocation, it is likely that you'll have no choice other than to enter that introverted loop where you just then become completely subjective. That introverted loop can really cause a lot of havoc in our lives. I don't know if you've noticed that for yourself, but I certainly have. And I don't know that the people around us benefit from that or that it serves them very much. So here is the conundrum. Can you nurture yourself enough and set boundaries enough so that you don't have to enter that introverted loop to then set boundaries from that place and potentially affect your relationships in a very negative way? And I can certainly say that the world will be losing out on your incredibleness, your incredible gifts, and your incredible talents if you don't start setting those boundaries. If you don't realize that your boundaries matter, and if you don't realize that your replenishment matters. You see, we don't just need you, we need you to be you and give from that place. I hope that makes sense. I imagine every person as a water fountain. You know how the water fountain is active and then it recycles its own water. Some of us flow kindness and insight and love, pure love. Some of us flow intellect and plans and ambition, and then other people flow gratitude and that presence and inclusion that is so replenishing for a lot of us. And everyone, I believe, has something positive to flow, even if you don't feel like that right now. There's something nurturing that comes out of you. There's something that offers something of significance to the world that you have, that's flowing in your fountain. Now, much like a fountain, if you continue to give your water away, you'll eventually run out of water. So you have to keep circulating that kindness and compassion and planning and presence and inclusion and gratitude and intellect and pure love for yourself first. For yourself first. If you don't, you will run dry. So appropriate boundaries in that way, they help us, they increase our capacity to care for others and to build those deeper, more meaningful relationships with other people. So having that capacity to replenish ourselves ultimately serves those around us better than if we are just constantly there for other people. You know, if we can't say no to other people, it can be nearly impossible to say, fully, truly say yes to yourself. And if you don't have a clear sense of who you are, if you don't have the time to be with yourself, you won't have the clear sense of who you are. It's just, if you don't prioritize yourself, you're losing out on opportunities for yourself and for other people. And if you don't prioritize yourself, it can be really, really hard to set those healthy boundaries. And it'll be really hard to say no. But you, my dear INF, you're the fountain of life. You're the fountain of life. I see you. And I want to see your essence flow forever. So for now, please look after yourself first. For all of us. I'm truly yours. See you at the next one.